Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well and I can't wait to see you all again this upcoming Wednesday. As you prepare for that class, make sure that you're ready to discuss the Self and Self article and the BuzzFeed articles about racial representation in new media. Here are some key points that I might want you to pay attention to. Self and Self talk in the politics of the interface about how computer interfaces are designed and produced by a particularly privileged group of people for the same privileged group of consumers, which perpetuates structures of racism, classism, sexism, ableism, ethnocentrism, xenophobia, and heteronormativity, embedded in Western values of patriarchal culture and capitalism. They provide a number of examples, like the icons used in clip art, the conceptual metaphor of the desktop, and the hegemonic use of American English as purposeful and/or accidental tools of imperialism and exclusion for the non-privileged other. The BuzzFeed articles report on just one more concrete example of this, with Apple's emojis and their lack of diversity. Though these are tough readings, not just in terms of language, but also for some of us, including me, in terms of recognizing, admitting, criticizing, and hopefully surrendering our own internalized privilege, I encourage you to give them a legitimate shot. Please. I think they're really important. Okay, and as we transition from the first major project and unit to the second, I will walk you through and then expect you to create a more traditional and expected genre of college writing, a research paper. We'll talk more in class about my expectations, but your first task is to propose your main idea. That's due at any time on Wednesday, including during and after our class. And actually, I've scheduled class time to work on and think through these ideas, so you might want to hold off on officially emailing me your proposal until after we've had a chance to talk more in class. For this proposal, I want you to include, in whatever format you want, either the actual attention getter you plan to employ or a description of how you plan to earn readers' attention, a statement or several of significance, a statement or several of exigence, a statement of purpose, some people call this a thesis, and a preview of the main points that you plan to include. Email this to me by any time on Wednesday. Here are some examples for this project. I would definitely recommend that you start by looking into yourself. As a junior or senior in communication and/or English studies, you should know by now what topics you appreciate learning most about, which parts of our political and popular culture, or Western or global ideologies, that you have a particular passion for critiquing or analyzing, such as gendered violence, heteronormativity, systemic racism, economic class disparity, issues in education, and many others. For example, you might write about how minority races are not represented as much or as equitably in television and media, or look more into the conversations about emojis and clip art that we surfaced in last week's readings. You might research how women experience rhetorical violence more often than men in online gaming and remix cultures. You might explore the socioeconomics issue of lower class citizens enjoying only limited access to new media literacy and materiality. You might look into the impact of new media on a neoliberal market, or of a neoliberal capital on new media. You might discuss what new media technology offers to people with disabilities, in terms of both access and non-access. You might explore new media in the rise of cyberbullying in educational settings, or the impact of new media on queer youth literacies about sex and sexuality, or communities of support in contexts where they can feel safe through anonymity. You might write about new-mediated pornography and its implications for psychological and social development. You could engage in the text messaging lingo is ruining the way millennials read and write or conduct themselves professionally debate. Those are just a few ideas. Then, of course, it might make sense to focus your topic. Do some Googling or brainstorming. Narrow it down to a specific instance, artifact, text, or argument. See where your research guides you. And let me know if you need any more guidance or if you have any questions, and I'll be eager to provide some feedback along the way. I hope that description helped, but again, we'll have more chances to talk about this on Wednesday. During that class, we will workshop our proposals, go over the most recent readings, talk about research and multimodal research, and then pregame the upcoming readings. Until then, put your best efforts forth into the readings and the proposal. Okay, thanks, bye.